had a great experience at my team, and I was really happy to find a place that was this diverse and inclusive. And then it got me thinking that what did Genentech do at an organizational level that is actually trickling down, and I'm getting to see these effects, at a much like at the roots of the company. Our CEO recognizes that for us to be an innovative company that serves a diverse customer base, we need to be diverse. So diversity and inclusion is among the top priorities for Genentech in the past few years because of the impact it has on our business and our ability to innovate for patients. So, talking about some of the strategies that Genentech employed to promote its D&I efforts were first, they hired a chief diversity officer. Very few companies actually have an executive position just dedicated to diversity. And usually diversity is a part of like the HR portion of the organization, but in this case, like Genentech separated like human resources from diversity. Second was we have a dedicated like diversity and inclusion week, which happened the last week of October. So it's a week of events about D&I that to really spark like thoughtful conversations, to inspire creative thinking, and to really help Genentech continue its journey to build like a diverse and inclusive culture. Third is that they changed a lot of their recruitment practices to support like this diverse talent. And like recruiters and even like hiring managers go through like a lot of trainings to break away from the similarity attraction phenomenon, which is basically like you want to hire people who look like you or who think like you. This constant efforts to give recruiters and managers these trainings. Also, like unconscious bias is a mandatory part of any Genentech employee's onboarding process, and we have like several flavors of this unconscious bias training throughout our employment, especially if you're like a people manager. Genentech also recognizes that if you hire a diverse workforce, their needs are also going to be diverse. And they have made reasonable accommodations to meet some of those needs. For example, we have a lot of like several mothers' rooms on each floor. There are dedicated meditation or prayer rooms. There is a daycare on site. There's an adult care on site. Good maternity and paternity benefits, to name a few. Genentech also provides training and support in the form of like mentorship and coaching for women to advance their careers. We also have DNA groups, which are diversity network association groups. These are basically affinity groups for people of a certain gender or race or a particular interest, so that they can build a community or a safe space. Also, Genentech, through their Future Lab initiative, partners with South San Francisco schools, where the Genentech employees, like mentor and coach high school students. Finally, I think I've had a great experience at Genentech these past few months, and I think the reason why I was able to see diversity and inclusion in different parts of the organization was because there was congruence across all of the initiatives and across all of the organization, which I think is very important for an organization that's trying to push for D&I.